Guys, it's Caitlin from San Antonio. I just want to do a quick video for National Court Reporting Captioning Week 2015 about music and court reporting. Some of y'all don't know, but I have my Bachelor of Arts degree in music with a specialization in vocal performance. But I also have played the flute since, I guess, 6th grade. And I still give flute lessons right now. And the other part of me now, this is my new life, is court reporting. This is what I spend all day on. This is what's going to get me my professional career in the long run, this little machine right here. The first thing I want to talk about how musicians and court reporters have a lot in common. I actually go out to schools, and I've gone out to some high schools, the bands, and I've talked to the bands about court reporting and why you should go. So why should you go as a musician? Musicians make really, really good court reporters because the practice routines are the same. The mental abilities are the same. In music, you're taught to stay with the conductor. If you mess up, you keep going. If you play F instead of an F sharp, you keep going. You just do. If you don't, you mess everyone up. That's the same way with court reporting. You stay on the speaker. The speaker is your conductor, and you stay on them. You don't go behind them. You don't drag. You're not a paragraph behind them. You're within 2 to 3 words of them, if not on the same word as they are. Something else that they do a lot alike is cramming isn't going to do much for you. For either. You can't cram with music, you can't cram with court reporting. You're not going to get anywhere. You have to work, you have to practice, you have to sleep, dream, and eat, sleep, and practice. I got this from a convention. Eat, sleep, practice. And that's what you do for music and court reporting. I have some theory books I want to show you. In music, you're taught theory. And some of y'all might have a book like this where it tells you fill in the notes, put the bars on the circles, whatever. Some of y'all might have essential elements. Without your theory and music, you can't go anywhere. If you can't play, page 5, then you can't play Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. You can't. You need to know all those notes. You need to know all the little dots and squigglies. You need to know it all. In court reporting, we have the same thing. This is my court reporting book. There's lots of different theories out there. This is a Magnum Steno. It's written by Mark Kislingberry, who is the fastest writer in the world. He has a world record right now. And something that each theory book has, whether it's your essential elements or your court reporting, is we have some sort of reference chart as to fingerings or keyboard layout. If you're in a piano class, you have a keyboard layout, tells you the notes, because your notes aren't on your keyboard. This is my fingering chart from 6th grade. And this is the exact same fingering chart. If I were to start playing again, this is the same fingering chart I would use because it does not change. This is my reference guide to my steno machine. This is going to match this. You're going to have all these notes are going to match up here. And you stop looking at this after, I don't know, a week maybe. You don't keep looking at it, just like you don't keep looking at the fingering chart. Something else is when you practice for music, you don't just play it one time. You're going to practice over and over and over and over and over. You're going to hear your band director say, okay guys, one more time, one more time. It's not just one more time. Trust, I was a band director. It's not just one more time. That's how it is with chord reporting. You're going to start off the dictation at a slower speed. If your goal speed's, 140, start it at 120. Try accuracy. And then each time you play it over, if you do it by minutes or by the whole 5 minutes, you're going to bump it up 5 to 10, maybe 20 words a minute higher, depending on what works for you. With music, you practice that same dang song until you get it. And music lessons, it might take a couple weeks, a couple months to get the same song. If you're going to be in a band class and they have a concert coming up, you're going to work on that piece of music until you're tired of it. You don't want to hear that sleigh bell song ever again if you're in band, high school band. We also have rhythm. Chord reporters and musicians have rhythm. You have to get the rhythm going. You have to hear it. You have to, in question, answer, you have to get rhythms and hear, the question, answer, question, answer. And between the question, answer, you have, would you please state your full name for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury? You have a couple phrases right there, and that's going to save you. With music, if you don't have rhythm, then you're not going to be able to be in music class. You're just not. If you can't count, if you can't play, just can't do it. I give flute lessons, and I had my flute lesson today. This is why I wanted to do this video. When I was talking to the head of my flute lesson studio, he was asking me what I was going to school for. And I told him chord reporting. Well, he was asking me what, you've told me that before, but what is it? I was like, well, I'll tell you. I told him about it. I told him that it is, we have a lot of chords, just like piano and guitar players have. It's all about chords. And how I showed him a picture of a keyboard online, and he was still amazed. I said, well, we don't have the letters on our keyboard just like you don't have letters on a piano. Guess what? He understood that. The last thing I want to talk about is when you are done with school, you're like a concert piano player, an improv concert piano player. And you are able to play anything you can, anything in your mind, anything in someone else's mind at 95% correct at 225 words a minute. So when people ask you, when are you going to get out of school? You told me a year ago, and now you're saying another year. Ask them when they can write 225 words a minute on this. Plus, because when you're in court, it's going to go faster at 95% accurate without freaking out, without having a heart attack. So I just wanted to leave that with y'all, and we can do it. Some people just don't understand court reporting, and they're not going to understand anything about it. They're not going to understand why it takes so long. They're not going to understand why it's so hard to work and go to school at the same time. So if y'all have any questions about court reporting, then let us know. This is my mascot. His name's Coda. It's actually a music term, C-O-D-A. Look it up. And we will talk to you later. Bye.